Look, I know you came here for goalkeeping, but first I need to tell you the story of Stat Penalty. Penalties, tap-ins, ghosting, even diving. Long ago in the ancient land of penalties, all four elements lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when Crotone Man attacked. Only Stat Penalty, master of all four elements, could stop them. But when his club needed him the most, he vanished. Alright, enough rubbish. Let's just get down to business. Come on. Shots within the box. As goalkeepers, we all face it. No matter how good your defense is or how good you are, there's always going to be shots just in front of you. And when there's not enough time to rush out of your box, when you decide to stay and instead try diving and predicting the right way as opposed to closing the angle, it's really important that you know exactly what to do. Sure, you can just move your right stick and hope for the best. Blame EA if it goes in. Blame your build, blame your save assistant. Sure, you can do all that. Or you can actually take accountability. And that's exactly what we're here for. How to get the best out of your goalkeeper by saving shots that are right in front of you. Everything that I show you will be 11v11 comp proven, so you know I'm not in Div 10. And if I'm putting this video out there, it's because I know it's going to be effective for you. So let's get into the steps. First and foremost, I'm going to be as straightforward as I can. Be in position. What do I mean by that? I mean using your LB or your L1 as much as possible as your opponent approaches your box. What I like to do, and we're jumping forward just a little, but I don't really care. I like to be holding my L1 most of the time. And I also like taking small steps off of it with my left stick whenever there's the opportunity for a shot. So if there's a little gap and there's an opportunity for the opposition to shoot, I'm always covering that gap by staying in position, then moving slightly to the left just prior to when he shoots. And if he doesn't shoot, well, I'm right there anyway, so I can get quickly back on my auto position. That way, you're still in the correct position. That way, you're not out of position. You're just taking these slight little steps with your left stick and ensuring that you're covering where you think the opposition will shoot. I'm going to explain that stuff properly more later. Right now, step one, I don't care what anyone says about auto position. I don't care if you think it's newbie. I don't care if the Div 9 goalkeeper who thinks he's the best suggested that you don't use it. I don't care about any of that, purely because it's all a bunch of lies. None of it is true. Auto positioning is actually one of the most important things for a goalkeeper. And if you use it as a guide to be in the right position as your opponent is approaching, then you're setting yourself up to save every shot. And that takes me to step two, which is how to read where the opposition is going to shoot. And for me, it's all about focusing, but not overthinking things. It's just about reading the situation. You know, you got your defensive line and whereabouts they're covering if they're leaving the far or near post open. You got the opposition's position. Usually they're right-footed, so that sort of indicates where they're going to shoot. You have gaps within your defense, which might make you think he's going to shoot that way. It's all of these things and more, but once you're in the game, you don't have time to overthink these little things. You just have to focus, think quickly, and let your goalkeeping intuition come into play. And that's what I mean by reading the opposition. I don't mean sitting there overthinking about what the opposition might do, worrying, stressing, not focusing, living in your head rent-free, none of that. Okay, let's move on to step three, which is moving with your left stick. So you're in a good starting position as they approach. You see these little indications or positions of the opposition, which allows you to believe that they're going to shoot far post or near post. So what's next is to move the left stick into the position that you think is going to shoot. The main takeaway is to move your left stick just before he connects with the ball. It's basically like you're taking a slight step and then diving, as opposed to just standing still and trying to dive. Another key point is the distance that you should step. Look at this distance that I'm at. No two situations are the same, but generally speaking, this is the perfect amount. Not far off it, just a little bit to the side, and even a bit below it. It's like stepping just slightly diagonally down to the left or the right. That's what's going to separate you from the rest. Because when the opposition is in such close proximity to you, you don't have time to think, you just have to react. So if you get into the habit of doing it like this, You're setting yourself up to do your job, which is to save shots and not concede, and you're gonna do that pretty effectively, believe me. And then obviously, the fourth and final step is to dive with your right stick. Think of using your left stick first to step, and then using your right stick to dive. Hold your right stick until you save the shot, don't flick it, and you use your right stick when he shoots. It's similar to what you're seeing in this clip here. I'm gonna end it there just to keep it as simple as possible. However, we have our own ProClubs server. It has its own goalkeeping channel, defensive, midfield, attacking channel. It has clips from all those positions that people and myself upload, and I'll be doing videos on them. Free agency post, it has games, it has everything. So get in here, say hello, I'll be in there. Just no nudes, please.